Hey there, friends. Nibs again. Out here in the garage tonight. Just a little bit of plinking around. A couple of run-of-the-mill, nothing to see here pistols that I'm just going to shoot across the garage here. No, I'm just kidding. These are absolutely some of the most phenomenal pellet pistols that I've ever had my chance to lay my hands on. And I think we're going to have some really good scores here. This is not so much about how good these guns are, but how well I can shoot them more than anything at this point. So the newest one arrival to the garage, which I've only had for a few months now, and you guys have seen this one a few times now, but this is a really, really beautiful, love the patina on it, well loved, well used Feinwerkbau Model 65. This one hails back to about the 1985-1986 time frame. And it's a good shooting little gun. It is a spring-powered but zero recoil system pellet pistol. Very much sought after back in the 60s and 70s as, the gun to have for pistol competitions. And we're going to put that head-to-head against one that you guys have seen if you've been on the channel for any amount of time. But it's not been 100% perfect out here in the garage, so it has been beaten by a couple of other of my target pistols already, so it's not infallible, but it is one of the best pellet pistols I've ever shot. Before we do get into actually shooting them, I wanted to do a trigger pull demonstration on both of these for you guys so you could see that. So let me get my trusty Lyman trigger pull gauge out. And so the Baikal, so this, I didn't even say what this one is. So this one is a Baikal, and that's a Russian production, and the model number is IZH-46M. So this actually was made, the date code on this one, if I'm reading it right, dates this one back to 1997. So it is got some age to it as well. You can still buy these as far as I know. I haven't looked recently, but Air Venturi sells them as, I think, the AV46M or AV46, something along those lines. But these ones you can actually, if you pull this up and then push it back down, that's the same thing as setting the trigger. So when you open it up to compress it and then you close it, now you're compressing you open this up and also compressed a puff of air, and you can shoot it. But you could, to like dry fire it, you just pull this up and then lock it back down, and now you're back to just having the trigger set. So let's do that for this one, and we'll do an average of 3 for each one. All right, so this one, very, very light. Actually, I think I pulled into it a little bit, but 14.2 ounces. Now, I think some of the like international, or even some of the target shooting competitions require your pistol to have like so that one was, the first one, I think I pulled into it a little bit, 10.8 ounces. I remember this one being right around a 8 or 9 ounce trigger. But a lot of the shooting competitions require you to have like Olympics and other international shooting competitions require, and there you go, 12.7 for an average of 12.6. Require you to have your trigger set for no less than 1 pound 1 ounce. So I don't believe there's any way to dry fire this, so we'll have to cock it and put a pellet in there, and I'll shoot it into my rag box down here. So we're shooting safe. But let's go ahead and clear this guy out and start over again. And I think this one's got about a... So I say all that to say because I believe this one's set up to meet those competition standards. 1 pound 6 ounces for the first trigger pull. And I know it can go a lot wider than that. But the fellow that I bought this from did actually shoot this in competition, so 1 pound 4.7 ounces. And we'll do one more and then we'll get started on our... Alright, one more. So I've got a rag box, but I've got some metal right next to it, and the pellet hit the metal next to it. And that one was 15 ounces. So let's get an average. 1 pound 3.6 ounces. So pretty comparable in triggers, really, but I think the Baikal has a distinct advantage there as far as trigger feel goes. For my preference as far as trigger goes. But let's go ahead and get going. I'm just shooting Meister Coogan wad cutters with both of these. And I'm going to shoot it just like our fellow, what's his name, Youssef from the Olympics. All right. Alright, so let me tell you about the targets I'm shooting for starters. So I am shooting these little, so here's my finger for reference. And here is the, where are they at? Here are the targets that they shoot in actually the Olympic size targets. So we are really putting these guys to the test. So the outer ring on that one's a 3, which would equal to a 7 on the Olympic target. But both of these pistols are such good shooters that I think we would just have 10s all the way. At least so I wanted to make it a little bit more challenging. These are intended to be shot at 10 meters. So I want to make it a little more challenging here at 7 yards. All right, that's 3. Kind of looks like I'm pulling them to the left just a little bit. Overcompensated, that's 4. And that's 5. All right. I kept them all in scoring. That's sometimes that's the the challenge for me. But now let's get into our Baikal. Now this one, you open this lever all the way up, and I like to just in case there, might be, I know there's not any leaking going on with it, but with any single stroke pneumatic, I like to, if you can, load the pellet, close the breech, and then close it down so there's less amount of time for any kind of leakage to happen in case there is something going on there. This one, just a phenomenal gun. The feel of this trigger is so light, and there's no take up, there's nothing there. You just, once you press your finger against it, it goes off. All right, that looks pretty good. Close the breech down, compress your air. Both of these guns in the right hands, which aren't these hands, are just capable of some really, high end, high level competition shooting. I just like playing around with them. All right, got 3 on there. Let's do number 4. Oh. I almost bobbled that one. There we go. All right, one more for all the glory. I can't call it. I mean, it looks pretty close to me, but not only time will tell. Stand by while I add those up, and I'll be right back with you. Alrighty, I am back, and it was a pretty close match, but the Baikal did take it by a small margin. I started right out with a 10 with the Baikal, and getting a 10 is not easy because it's just that little tiny pin dot right in the center. So, so let's see, I've got 17, 22, 27, yep, 33. So with the Feinwerkbau, really, really good. I mean, just to keep them all on this, I mean, see how small that is compared to my fingernail. Just to keep them all on that at 7 yards is pretty phenomenal. But ended up with a really good 33, but had just a few extra points, not too much more, but did end up with 110 there, and ended up with a really, really nice 38. So I'm sure I'll have to do this head-to-head challenge a few more times down the road. I have a few other really, really nice target pistols out here that we have to get into this mix as well. But for now, the Baikal takes a very narrow victory over the Feinwerkbau 65. Two both absolutely phenomenal, both collector's pieces and just feats of engineering as far as how they work, how they shoot, just detailed precision engineering, and they just look phenomenal. So that's the Baikal. One more look at the Feinwerkbau. Just, they look phenomenal. So anyway, hope you guys liked the video. Stay tuned for more on this great subject. Till next time, Have a great day.